Hey everyone, it's Malia, and it's been a long time since I've made a video. You know how life gets in the way, but now that it's getting colder out and we're spending more time inside, I'm hoping to be able to get on more and work on some more stuff to show you and work on some stuff with you. Um, I have a lot of projects in mind, and some of them I think I'm going to do videos start to finish. But for right now, I want to show you this little journal that I just did. It came from one of the library canceled books. And I tried to incorporate as many of the pages in here as I could. The signatures were weak, and the pages are getting brittle. The paper is a thinner paper, so it was a little tough. I couldn't keep any of the signature pages intact. When you fold it, you open the page up, you have the two pages. I couldn't keep any of them intact. So I just ripped them all apart, and the cute things that I found I put in here. I was able to test my Big Bite right here. This sucker. And this thing is pretty serious business. So if you don't have one and you do a lot of bookbinding and hole punching, I highly recommend it. So let's open this up. I put a tuck spot here, and that's for you to put whatever you want in there. Some blank space. These were little pictures from the book. One of the pages was pretty ripped up, so I salvaged whatever pictures I could find. Here is one of the poems. I kept both sides because it has two cute poems on it. And in order to get it to fit, I had to rip down some of the sides. Some vellum. This came out of a Connect the Dots. It's actually a vintage Connect the Dots book. Another little image that was from the original book. I love this stationery. It's brown. I love the flowers on it. This here I kind of made into like a journaling card. You open it up, it has a little poem, and then the back I glued it to some tea-dyed paper, and I tucked it in there. This was part of a poem. The page was pretty beat up, so I just ripped off the images and glued them on here. This is not a tuck spot. This was just there to cover something up on the paper. I used a little bit of scrapbooking paper. I used some of the small ledger pads, tea-dyed some of that. I have a couple of books that I tea-dyed some pages out of. I like it because it has these papers are very thick. Another poem. There are actually some Winnie the Pooh poems in here. And this book was really old, so these are like original Winnie the Pooh poems. I tried to keep it kind of whimsical and, stayed with the easy, flowy theme of kids and playing and vintage, the poems in it. This was dyed with, I think balsamic vinegar, and let me tell you something, that stuff stinks when you're trying to dry your pages in the oven. And then I kept the original back page, and this is the original library card for it. This signature was meant to go in the back, but it didn't, so it's going to have to just stay there. This, I was screwing around with some of the settings on my sewing machine, so I made this tuck, this belly band out of one of the poems. Some dictionary paper, embellished with a little bit of lace. Here is another poem, and there's space on these pages to write. So this one is double-sided. A lot of them are double-sided. There were some really cute things in that book. I have the remainder of the book, so hopefully I will be able to do something else with those pages and whatever poems are left in the book that I can salvage. Here is another poem that there's two. There's one on each side. See, and here is Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh. So I thought that was just great. And this is just dyed with purple alcohol ink, homemade. Actually, I lied. This is dyed with purple acrylic paint. And a little embellishment. I took an old shirt and some lace. This is I bought some kind of special paper from a thrift store. And it's really thick, heavy cardstock with, you know, very light marble the stone, you know, marble looking designs. Here's a piece of that stationery again. Another poem out of the book, and there's another one on the back. Some more of that marble looking paper. This is packing paper, more of my purple paint dyed paper. Here is a belly band I made with a couple more poems. I like this. This is a part of a poem, and all it says is that there's always lots of cherries on my little cherry tree. And it's got some little mice with the cherries.
Can I see?
Go play, please. Another belly band, another poem, and I just threw some scrap ledger paper on there for another journaling spot. I tried not to over embellish. I tried to keep it kind of simple so there's lots of journaling space. I put a couple of painty papers in here, a couple of foreign objects, belly bands, some, you know, tucks are made out of scrap paper, but I tried to stay with pretty much all the paper that I put in. Here's a couple more corner tuck and pocket, so you can put whatever you'd like in there. And the back, the poem page that I put on the back, this is like a poem about going to bed and good night, and this is a poem about the end, which I thought was fitting for the back of the book. So that's it. I wanted to do lace on the edges, but I didn't want the book to be too bulky. And I also did not want to put a closure on it because I like the book the way it is. So that's my latest project. Like I said, I have a bunch of work in progress. This is the only thing I've actually finished in a while. I started it today, and I finished it today. Another news event, I guess. In the description below, I'm going to post a link to my Facebook page. I reached 250 subscribers in the last couple months, so I am going to be doing a small giveaway for that. I think I'm going to give away some painty papers, and I have some homemade embellished paper clips, and I might give away a small journal. I have not decided yet. In order to enter that giveaway, you have to like my Facebook page, which is called the Chadwick Rose, and I am going to create a post on there, and you have to comment on the post, and I will choose one lucky person to receive stuff for my 250 subscriber giveaway. And I want to thank you all for your support, and I want to thank you all for being patient with me while I, you know, tend to life things. And I really hope to see you all on that page. I plan on selling some stuff on there. I plan on doing giveaways on there. And I plan on sharing, you know, ideas and finding things from other people that I like and that I want to share. So go over and like the page. I won't disappoint, I promise. I'll make it interesting for you. I'll make it worth your while. But in order to enter the giveaway, that's what you're going to have to do, is you're going to have to go over to the Facebook page and like the page and comment on the post that I'm going to create for this giveaway. So with that being said, I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I'm hoping I will see you all later on this week when I start my recipe book journal, which is going to be the next project I do, and I think I will do that with you guys from start to finish. So, have a good night. Ta-ta for now.